All those workers over there in the yellow and the orange, I got one of them orange shirts too. We have a difference from each other. You're now leaving our home. Today, you will be taking your home tomorrow. You may think you're home. You're barely home. You know it. You don't want to do this to us.
Eso es lo que el gobierno hace. Y todos son latinos.
The question is, how much abuse and violence are you willing to perpetrate with a man? Each one of you got to decide that. You got to remember, your family, your friends are going down next, and you.
So basically what's happening is what happened 2 weeks ago on Monday. Caltrans came through with the little monsters and they're munching through everyone's stuff once again. I just got here. I hear that they might put a pause on destroying compound wood. Hopefully they don't tear it down. They're thinking about maybe sometime later this week or even next week. So that means maybe there's some compassion involved here this time, but it's been such a waste and to tear that down. Right now, of course, we know there's so much media right here right now and stuff. They don't want that to go out there in social media or just blast it out there that they tore down a community that's housing people, that's feeding people, that's giving people showers, that's throwing parties, giving people a resource area, a place to be safe. They're just doing good, and what Caltrans is doing is just being bad, basically. So.
Can you tell us who you are as well?
I'm John Janasco. I'm one of the resident leaders down at Wood Street Commons. But Wood Street is all one unity, so I'm up here supporting wherever I can. We all support one another and stuff, and you know, eventually they'll be down in our area too. So we're just hoping that maybe something here, you know, over the couple of next weeks or something can help change the outcome for down there. Yeah.
Thank you. We love you. No one will be with you. All right.
Thank you, Tidy.
All right.
And then in terms of just like the plan for
just the same process we've been following so far, we've been following, and then focusing on Thank you. Thank you.
Can you tell us what's happening, huh?
yeah. So I mean, here we are on the ground at Wood Street. This is the beginning of the phase 2 eviction. Phase 2 encompasses, you know, the land from where Mona's home used to be, all the way down to the West Grand entrance. And so we see that Caltrans has already started removing abandoned vehicles, already moving people's vehicles, and it looks like they're going to continue slowly but surely. You know, we have support right now. We have a lot of bodies, and so I think they're aware of that and kind of moving at a slow pace. We've been told that they don't intend to touch the cob today, and I think, you know, we need to just stay diligent and see when that moment comes. But we also want to just like be in solidarity with our relatives that are being displaced today.
Thank you so much, sis. We know we're here with you.
Thank you. Last
right here, put a dumpster right here. You guys move back a little bit for me, please.
This is a dumpster, like not from the community though.
Right here.
Right here. Not for the officer. I think we can use the trash pickup. That's
They need, listen,
and
back up.
right here.
for a dumpster because people are being equated with trash. Trash. Right in front of Vermont. I don't really think we need to back up. I think you can park it right there.
He needs to drop it.
I think you can park it right there.
Because it's blocking the road, so we need to put it off to the
Right,
side.
well then maybe you can move some of the people who are destroying these tents.
Not after the homeless who are coming here creating this
Somebody has to come up.
Maybe you can do it where the private we're being moved for trash. We're being moved so that they can equate people's lives with trash. So for those of you tuning in, we are at Wood Street Commons. If you are able to come down and bring them some tents, that was the ask. We at Poor Magazine actually have to go back and deal with homefulness struggles because, of course, eviction and struggle and liberation is everywhere. But this violence continues. It matters when people show up. And so if you are able, and those of you who are not local, share this video, put it out. This is very important. Get the word out. Mama Earth is not for sale. And we know that this capitalist violence will continue marching forward, stealing lives and homes and land as long as it can. It's only us that will stop it. So, Mateo, I appreciate you. Our comrades in San Francisco, the Coalition on Homelessness and Stolen Belonging are doing a big action tomorrow about the violence of Miss Paula over here to houseless people. We all know over here it's Sweets 2.0 in Frisco. Don't even think about stopping. And they closed down all the hotels, the shelter-in-place hotels. Israel did a great ruthless radio about it 2 weeks ago, even though this is forms of housing, as we know, for us poor folks. And on the list goes. The point being is that they're going to have an action tomorrow, Monday, at City Hall. And they asked if we want to do an excerpt of this play.
Yes.
I know that not everyone is able to come because a lot of us, I just want to say how hard it is to gather all the kitty cats and get here. And I'm actually really exhausted from it all this morning, but
What time is it? Teresa wants to know what time.
it starts at 4 o'clock, but we have to decide who's going to go, and then we have to decide what part of the play we're going to do. Do you see that houseless mom and daughter sleeping on the street?
But my friend Demetra, she's gonna make me one.
I said, did you see that houseless mom and daughter sleeping in a tent? That's because we don't got money for the rent. Evicted, swept, and kicked. Because settler towns like this don't give a shit. Crushing Wheelchairs is a play that is not performing poverty. A play where us poor people and houseless people who struggle with the violence, the capitalist violence of sweeping humans like we're trash, are telling our own stories, written by us and for everyone. My dream in writing this, because was only creating a vessel that my fellow poverty scholars could live into, was really to end the extractive industry of art and theater, of film, of Hollywood, of all of these stages and places that are mostly places of elite, mostly white, middle-class, privileged people, using the stories, the struggle, and the pain of poor folks, indigenous people, to create the best art, which is fine. There's beautiful stories, and our lives are beautiful, but it also is not fine. There's something very important about the sacredness of telling our own stories with our own agency, with our own pen, and with our own ability to tell our own truths. There's something sacred, but there's also something healing.
Oh, for the things taking, huh? See, I went to register and all the free tickets, no mas. Yeah, I know.
Here and sit with me, I'm lonely. Like that.
Make sure you're announcing it in your words. Baby, can you just come over here and sit with me? I'm lonely. Like, be assertive and, you know what I mean?
Alright.
You don't need this one on the back.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I got you.
Let's let everybody wait. What are these? Are these the old ones?
It's old, but yes.
Let's put them away. We're gonna get lost. You're moving back in.
That's just like a little excerpt of your line. You know your full line. I just didn't know the full line better right now.
We're gonna go all the way through the first scene, and it ends with povertySkola, and then Queen Bee just moves from the back to the front, crossing the room with your broom. You're humming almost a dance in sync with the broom, and then the scene goes dark.
Lights, camera, action.
Side by side, chair frames and baby toys, jackets, toothbrushes, and coffee cans, wrapped in paper bags made of memories, nylon homes buried under lives made of storms. These aren't the storms of hail and thunder, sleet or hail. These raindrops include sheriff boots with eviction notices. This thunder is made of the sound of your home bouncing on the pavement. The lightning is polarized flashlights shining on car windows and hail-filled slices of foreclosure. Humans walking softly on Mama Earth, permanently outside.
All right, we got it.
So as a person who barely survived homelessness with my mom, starting when I was 11, I want to bring in my Mama D, for without whom there'd be no me, Afro-Boricua ghetto scholar who survived torture homes, as she used to call them, foster homes. She was an unprotected child. Her own mother tried to sell her in the Philadelphia Inquirer. She came out of that and she grew up, because people keep on keeping on no matter what. I don't really believe in that tagline of resilience. I believe that poor people survive by any means necessary. She was not political. She got with my white dad because she was taught that whiteness was rightness and it was also survival. And, so I came out with skin privilege, and she used my skin privilege to sometimes lie to scam lords about being much older than I was and making all this money, and they believed me all the time, right? All the time. But when my mom was working after she came off of welfare, and she was fired for doing revolutionary therapy, revolutionary love work, as we later call it in poverty scholarship. She was fired because she was working on family restoration, not family separation. And for her, that was one more little murder of the soul. We ended up on the street where we basically stayed for the duration of my childhood and into my adulthood. Fast forward, later in life, we didn't come up and out of poverty. That's a capitalist myth as well. What we did is work with other poor and houseless people to create our own poor people-led movement inside this occupied land. And that became Poor Magazine, Prensa Pobre, Poor News Network. It's a beautiful poor people-led, indigenous people-led movement.
Stolen indigenous territory. They were on Ohlone Lashawn in this Bay area.
Oh!
Who can then take the land back, like our brothers and sisters at Lord's Day Land Trust, and save the shell mound, and so that we can build our own like Wood Street Commons have already done.
Who might be this is an education moment, because you might be in your office,
right.
Your cubicle is nicely warm in here, but the corporation that you work for is displacing families and communities with different ethnicities, multi-generational. As you see, we have our babies. One thing too, when you sweep people from encampments, there's families in there, there's babies, there's mamas. It's not just homeless people, the way you frame it. Right. And again, we are here offering Caltrans and spending all those thousands of dollars and millions of dollars on sweeps to spend it on grassroots movement like Homefulness, Poor Magazine, and just grassroots movements that are really housing people and then they're just sweeping them and displacing communities.
Period.
Hi, my name is Zaire Hughes. I'm a youth poverty scholar and reporter with Poor Magazine and formerly houseless student of the Culminates Academy, which is a poor people-led school on the land at Homefulness from New York to Oakland. Agencies like Caltrans perpetrate sweeps on houseless people, even though they know it never solves homelessness. We are launching this investigation, which includes our testimony as formerly houseless youth and delivering these FOIAs to Caltrans to get the numbers of money wasted on throwing our belongings away, harassing us and taking our tents, which often leads to our death instead of supporting our own solutions like Homefulness.
Fast forward 25 years and we are building a homeless people solution to homelessness, a landless people self-determination we call Homefulness.
Thank you. And the last person I'm about to bring up is the person responsible for Homefulness 1 and Homefulness 2. The co-founder of Poe Magazine and the co-editor of Poe Press 10.
So first of all, real talk, Poor Magazine is in fact Poe. Let's not get it twisted. We didn't get this land as a gift. We aren't squatting here because we know the Polites will come for us. We paid for it with blood-stained dollars, which I say turned into love-stained dollars. So that us poor people could have a home. How about that? That's never mince no damn words. The only way this happened is that folks with race and class privilege who came to People's School learned about radical redistribution and post-unity reparation.
Right.
And so we help people heal from that disease of capitalism. And we say, come in.
Yes.
And stand with us. We don't want your savior work.
Yes.
We don't want you to take care of us. We don't want another non-profiteer poverty anthology. We want to
build our own.
Definitely, it takes a village, a community, a barrio, to build, Homefulness 1. And we about that, and we call it out. There was no way that one of us by ourselves could do all this beautiful, powerful work. That even though it took us about 10 years, because the city of Oakland kept messing with us, again, when they find out that Poor Magazine was building, those notions of poverty scholars, that we're gonna do shit illegal, that we're gonna cut corners, all of that they threw at us. They threw a bunch of hurdles, a bunch of permit, like my sister called it, permit gangsters, to try and stop us. But we kept at it, bringing the elders, like Sochi was saying, bringing Mama D, bringing the folks who even had this vision before we were even here. We couldn't have done it without them. So I acknowledge that too, that he took all of them, and took even the elders who are now in the spirit world. The skills that we have as poverty scholars, we can see in these communities where they build something out of nothing. Just like we did in Homefulness, we are going to do the same thing here, build something out of nothing. Oh, Mateo les Dios.
I became homeful at Homefulness 1 back in January of 2015 after being pushed out of San Francisco like so many other black people that used to live there.
Now you're a survivor.
That's right. Now I'm a survivor of gentrification. I have a roof over my head, four walls surrounding me, a solid brick floor, a warm house, a hot water heater, hot showers. Thanks to Homefulness 1, I now have a place to live. It's been my home for the past 7.5 years.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Angel Hart. I'm the most recent resident at Homefulness 1. I am formerly houseless and was housing insecure when I moved into Homefulness. I'm very grateful for all of the hands and hearts that it took to build it, and I'm really looking forward to watching Homefulness to grow with our new relatives at Wood Street. Thank you.
It's amazing what's going on out here, and being a part of it. And just it's an honor, honestly, for people to believe in us the way they do believe in us. The only way that we're going to overcome the oppression is that we do come together and act as one and stand as one voice.
Homefulness is a peaceful place that we don't call no paralyzed, and for nothing we got family councils, and we try to help the community the best ability we can, because we know what it's like to be on the streets and in the struggles. Like, it's nobody like us, you know what I'm saying?
Next, we will be calling up one of our teachers who teaches math, teacher Jason.
My name is Jason. I teach math at the Caltrans Academy, which is a school that we have run primarily at our campus, a few blocks away at Homefulness 1. We run our school with the intentions of teaching our children about themselves, their history, their community. We give them the skills, we arm them with the skills to help their fellow man, help their fellow mother, and the other students just like them. We teach them everything from the music and traditional dance of their people to the skills to be able to write people away from being evicted from their homes.
My name is Amara. Hi, everybody. We do paragraphs, we teach, we go to places, and we give freedom of speech, and we do things.
A little guy coming in helping us.
We gotta stop sweeping our people away. Human abuse is not okay. We gotta stop sweeping our people away. Human abuse is not okay. We gotta stop sweeping our people away.
We're not just a public school to teach you clothes. We're outside the box. We're not under the rock, we're over the rock.
Because that's what interdependence and indigenous liberation looks like. We teach our young ones and then they become the leaders.
Dance Azteca is a pre-colonial dance movement prayer. Again, none of us invented this. This is pre-colonial, ancient prayer movement done by the Mexica people. And then we're gonna face the west.
Ese es el lado de los ancestros, todos los que han estado aquí antes de nosotros, la sabiduría, nuestros protectores y ahora que nos vigilan desde el cielo. Homefulness.
This is the side of the children, the ones that learn from the elders and take all their culture and bring it to the next generation.
Thank you, Mama Earth, for without whom there be no us. Specifically, as we liberate and unsell Mama Earth, who is not for sale.
Now we're just gonna close out with the boy direction.
Our brothers and sisters are continually swept. Think of the hygienic metaphors. Sweeping humans equates us with trash.
Because we are charging London Breed and the city of San Francisco as the biggest thief and abuser in the city.
That's right.
The stories you're about to hear are of theft and abuse and represent the daily atrocities city workers commit against homeless residents. 2019, I had baby clothes and I had photos that could not be replaced. I was living in Golden Gate Park with my family at that time, and they stole everything that we had. I had a 4-year-old child and I had an infant child. Homeless people deserve to have things that are meaningful, and for the city to be able to declare what's meaningful and not is just really harmful to our unhoused residents. And this is exactly why we're here today, to be able to speak about those atrocities, and we have to hold the city accountable, because if it doesn't start with us, it's never going to stop.
Don't take our tents, we can't pay our fucking rent.
My neighbor's tent, basically. We live in a building in 1950. They swept his tent along with things that I used to make money, like my tables, because I sell things at the flea market. But they swept his tent for their party, their gala, mission housing gala. And I felt that that wasn't right. People are dying because it's cold outside. They ain't got nowhere to fucking go. That's right. It makes no sense. I got my daughter and my granddaughter right here also. They are homeless and going through it too. I finally got housed, but they're homeless and going through it too. It's taking too damn long. It just makes no sense. So I'm just like, fuck you, London Breed. Fuck what you want to do. I wish you could walk a mile in my shoes, but bitch, you never can.
an unknown soldier killed in the undeclared war on the poor. A thumb is a terrible thing to waste. Black, poor, and disabled thumbs, legs, and lives are perceived as trash when we live outside. After all, we're not a human in your eyes. Just an unsightly tribe, lost our humanity, personality, on the curbs, inside of doorways, and on the roadside. Excuse me, sir, do you have any spare change? On hard cement work in cement aisles of objectified hate. Here lies the unknown soldier killed in the undeclared war on the poor, standing on the street corners, working cardboard signs and cups. Maybe a blink of your eyes gets us a sliver of your disgust-filled love. My name is Papa Bear. Did 3 tours in the Empire Wars, killing people you never had to see, think about, or care for. Now I'm houseless in these stolen United Snakes streets, right in front of your eyes, and yet exist nowhere. The only people who see me are people who hope I did it too. I'm done. Well, now just keep it rolling. I'm done right now, and you guys take over. Go.
I bet that's Linny. She was so close to giving up this week. You know, a person can only take so much. She's moving further and further away. A person can only take so much, right, Outlaw? I try to keep things clean. I've always been a neat freak. But how can you be neat when a dump truck takes all your stuff and throws it in a dumpster? I don't have any pictures of my son, my mama, my abuelita, all gone. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh my God. Poor Lenny. Oh.
Rattle it until it's solid. Anybody when you get it out.
During these times it's going louder.
No, aquí creo que se apaga porque es un momento donde the world, it's like PovertySkola doing her poem, so everything's quiet. It's like, yeah, the world is kind of paused.
Okay.
So there's no sound, no DPW, it's just the poem. Yeah. Then at this part, it like resumes, like real world resumes. Because basically, the character that Tiny's playing is like the spirit of all the house's people. She's always there, but she never really does nothing until something happens. She reads a poem about somebody.
Yeah. So we're changing the order. Go ahead, what did you say?
So when we're coming in with, when she's saying this, she wants to already be in the DPW thing, right?
Which means
we're
that
gonna
here,
do it. Yeah, we're gonna
here
do
the whole
it
DPW
here.
rumble has to happen.
Yeah.
After Broken Cloud.
Yeah.
Wait. So after Broken Cloud, that's when the DPW truck comes instead of after all this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But he is saying that they just canceled the sweeps.
That's true.
So
that
that's
makes no
kind of,
sense.
so I don't know how.
Maybe not. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's think about it.
Unless we switch them.
No, this is what I think we should do. I think we eliminate the whole DPW thing because it seems kind of out of place. Because Alvaro comes in warning them that they're coming. Broken Cloud says they're canceling the sweep because they found a dead body. And then you either read your poem about Papa Bear, but then Mama T says, "Oh, that's Lenny, the dead body they found."
Yeah.
And that's what she's kind of feeling of.
Right, but that's why you need DPW here, because then it's almost like a flashback. You're watching what happened to Shannon Marie Bagley.
Yeah. So the cancellation needs to go.
So we would have to make it very clear that we're doing a flashback because it seems kind of mixed in it.
It does, and then at the same time, what is it? Maybe it doesn't matter if it's mixed.
Okay.
Why does it matter?
Because he just said they're canceling.
I know, but they're canceling it because somebody already died from it.
Yeah.
No, you get my point. So you're watching what happened and killed her.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, maybe we let her finish the scene, and this is what moves. We move this.
Yeah, I think we moved that to the end.
Yes, and let her go through this whole thing, and then I do.
After Broken Cloud runs in, she goes into this.
Right, and then DPW comes, and then I.
Okay, so after DPW.
Yeah. All right, let's try it again.
3,
Okay, help me, Alvaro. Help me get ready.
Hey, everyone, I just heard DPW just canceled this week. They found the body on Highway 80. There you go.
I bet that was Liddy.
Oh my God.
I bet that was her. You know, you just can only move for, a person can only take so much. You can only take so much. You know, I've always tried to be in a neat freak. I've always tried to keep it neat. But I don't have no pictures of my mom, of my abuelita. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus, oh my God. I think that was Lenny.
So my name is Junebug, and I play Mama T. Mama T's character is a mom who's lost housing, is on the streets with her son, is a survivor of domestic violence.
Baby, could you come sit by me? I'm lonely.
Poppy, I'm trying to fix the dinner.
What the fuck I told you about arguing with me?
Calm down, you're gonna wake up.
And so I hope that this story on Mama T can kind of bring light to how all she has is her son, a hope and a dream, trying to survive, and was depending on living with someone who was abusive, and it was either be housed and be abused or be in the streets and not be abused, yet either way is a death sentence, and then begging for her child to continue that interdependent relationship where he's forced into the situation where if you look at the dialogue, he says, Mom, I gotta go hustle. It wasn't even like, I gotta go get a job. It's like, I gotta hustle to pay so maybe we can get a room. And so you don't get to think ahead. You know, you're living in the moment trying to survive.
We got this. The settlement will come through. We'll be able to get out of here without selling shit. You know how dangerous this is, mijo.
I'm still learning this character. At the same time, there's parts of me that are this character. I'm a mom myself. I'm also a DV survivor as well. And I've dealt with homelessness, houselessness more than once in my life.
I mean, you got people that are houseless out here with HIV, that can't get housing, that are falling through the cracks. It's not okay. I'm born and raised here. I've seen this since I was born here. I was homeless at age 8 in the city. This is a fucking terrible shame. London should be ashamed of herself. That bitch comes from the projects, and that bitch gonna act like this to poor folks, and people are houseless. It's not okay. And Prop D some bullshit. We gotta stop this shit. What are we gonna do?
Yes, ma'am. Showing that face in that story. I think a lot of times when people see people who are houseless in the streets, we're kind of just all bled together, like there's just this like blur when we're seen and not realizing all the dynamics. You know, you have people that are veterans, you have moms that are out there, you have moms with children that are out there, you have people who come from various backgrounds.
I was never homeless on the street, but there's a whole lot that I lost by being homeless with my daughter that I'm never gonna get back. And just imagine what these folks are.
I recently became homeless myself.
I see a lot of young Latino boys, or La Raza, I prefer to say, really indigenous people who speak Spanish now, basically, trying to survive. And one of the things that happens is the drug trafficking thing comes into place, and it's a way to basically support your family, and you're kind of forced into this system.
Mama, please, I'm not leaving you. I just should be working in the day.
Please, please, please. I know of other people in the community that have shared their stories with me that they've had to turn to sex work because it was their only option, because they were born in Mexico, they came here, they weren't able to get the proper paperwork, even though they graduated from high school, have like high education, or have a lot of skills and talent, but due to having this access of paperwork and this status of citizenship, it really forced a lot of people into the street economy. And it's very inhumane
One poem conflicts with another. It sounds like screams. It looks like tears. It tastes like a dark room covered in a blanket. Unhoused, unloved, stuck in between life and death and loss. I just want to say that, you know, humor and laughing is sometimes the only way us poor people can get through the shit we go through, right? So I want to call in my Mama D, but I also want to call in and for us just to close our eyes for Shannon Marie Bigley, because this was her body, this was her life, and this is how she was murdered on the side of 80 freeway. So Eva, if we could just take a moment of silence. So Crushing Wheelchairs is based on the very real lives of Desiree Quintero, killed by being swept out of the Ross parking lot in so-called Santa Cruz. Shannon Marie Bigley, run over by a DPW truck off the 80 freeway in Fresno, one of the worst cities to be houseless, and where a lot of us poor people end up, as well as Luis Dimitro Góngora Pat, killed for being indigenous and Mayan in gentrification city San Francisco, and Luis Tomaj, burned alive for sleeping outside in San Francisco. It's also based on Papa Bear and Reggie, two of our Poor Magazine Panhandler reporters who survived by any means necessary, who were killed by the ongoing violence of this capitalist notion of success and wealth hoarding, and this lie of rent, as I call it. Desiree Quintero, Mama D, Papa Bear, Reggie, Mateo. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, Hotel. You hear me out there, y'all? Hello, beautiful people. I am Queen 90X. I am one of the actresses in the play. I play that silent spirit who goes around sweeping away the negative energies that affect our houseless people and our people that are going through extreme struggle. That is my role in the play. And I always talk about what we're going through as a people and the injustice that our houseless and our people in poverty go through.
Damn it, I'm tired of these damn streets men doing us like this, man. I told that girl they was coming. I told her they was coming. The killers is everywhere, man, and we living in these streets, and they just lie in wait for us. They lie in wait for us, and then they strike. Ain't nowhere safe, man. There is no place on the planet safe for us poor folks. That woman, she ain't never did nothing to nobody. She never hurt nobody. She was just trying to hide, living in a sidewalk motel under a damn box. And that monster just ran over her like a paper cup or a piece of trash, sweeping us all up like we ain't nothing but a piece of trash.
These plays are important because we need to introduce more awareness about the situation, because folks like myself who are in struggle too, I am a poverty scholar, we have these bad stigmas on us with these gentrifiers, and the people that's moving into our community, all they see is drug addicts and tents. They see houseless people, and what they do is criminalize that instead of looking at the country, which we're supposed to be the richest country in the world. Look at the country to see what's wrong with the country so we can fix this issue instead of just blaming it on the people that's out there on the streets.
Scene 2. Our hipsters are happily smoking tea or drinking tea or coffee, looking in front of their big condo, or actually it's a cafe. Courtney begins. Go ahead.
What's taking them so long? God, this real estate company said that they're going to clear out this area. What's happening?
Just stop looking out the window. Focus on your somatic breathing. Remember what we talked about? In and out. In
mean, Rock's Property said that we didn't have to deal with all of this stuff. It's just really disgusting me. And I want it to happen yesterday.
That's what the police are for. Just call them.
Well, I don't want to have the neighborhood say something about, like, what about our sign? It's in our window, in this window.
That's the thing, Courtney. They're homeless, not black.
Oh, that's right.
God, homeless lives matter.
Oh my God.
You're homeless and black. Come on now. Just saying. That's the irony of these two playing that part, right?
What about homeless and Mexican?
Homeless and Mexican. Homeless and okay.
The day-by-day struggle of trying to get benefits, trying to get mental health issues, trying to get drug treatment, and then you will also see, and I will share with you, why a lot of our people self-medicate. It's not because they want to be drug addicts, it's because when you're going through something so hard, of course you want to do the drugs because you feel like you need that 5 minutes just to escape this harsh reality. I just want to say that this country needs to be consciously aware of how us people in struggle are doing, in particular the people of color. And so far with the police brutality things, yes, us poor people are criminalized, and they look upon us like there's no such thing as a person of color being a victim. So we have a lot of these things that we need to heal, because it's easy to set our brother on fire like Luis because he was houseless by somebody who comes from the lineage of who has obtained this country illegally and through murder.
I'm ready to run it?
No.
All right, scene 3. Action.
Still here, you sick fuck. Didn't we get rid of you fucking bums a long time ago? What the fuck are you guys still doing here? Alright, I guess I gotta take care of this.
Burned alive for sleeping outside. Luis Tomás was burned alive for sleeping outside. Set fire just trying to sleep because like all of us, he was tired.
We want to put this message out here. When you walk past somebody, you see them in a tent or they're doing drugs, that's nothing to laugh about, that's nothing to ridicule, that's nothing to criminalize about. But what you need to do is take a look at the country that you live in and ask this country, what is wrong when you can't take care of your fellow men, women, elders, and children?
What you gonna do? Y'all ready? What you gonna do when we come for you? Y'all ready? Let's go.
Hey, y'all! The sweeper's coming! And the police are with them! No! No, that's my wheelchair! Don't take my wheelchair! You dirty motherfucker! You know how long it took me to get that wheelchair? So now what the fuck am I supposed to do? Can't you see? I need that wheelchair.
This is your 24-hour notice. You have 5 minutes to leave. This is your 24-hour notice, but you only have 5 minutes to get the fuck out.
Vacate the premises immediately.
Vacate the premises.
Or you will be arrested.
Vacate the premises. You will be arrested. You see, before Reggie was on the street, and she had a home, but like so many of us, she was a victim. So we say, thank you very much, you ginger fuckers.
My name is Stephanie Grant. I'm 38. I got 6 kids.
3, 2, 1, action.
Liddy! Where the fuck is that little bitch at?
I'm right here, Mama.
What are you doing here? Get the fuck out. Go! Get out!
I'm Liddy.
Go! The part I play in this movie, pretty much the main part I play in this movie, In 2016, I was one of the, I guess, original witnesses for the Louis Kongora shooting. My partner, John, had passed away after that, so he's not able to be in this with me, but I feel like this is really important for us to speak our truth, you know, and I'm able to be a part of that, and that really means a lot to me. And I really hope that people understand, like, what we go through as people that live homeless and live on the street. Like, we're people too, we're human, you know? Being that it's an actual flashback for me, like, to see, it just reminds me of, like, where I was and how far I've come since then, you know? And I'm proud of myself, and I really made sure that, you know, Luis Kongora didn't die in vain, you know? His death gave me that power to seek justice somehow, some way, to get our truth out, and this is definitely one way to do that, and I'm really excited Tiny asked me to be part of this. So.
Some of that story too is about when you don't have citizenship. Citizenship is a privilege where there should be no such thing as citizenship. Every human being matters, every human being has rights. But when you don't have citizenship, it's a whole nother battle of fighting for those rights in the United States.
Power to the people. Mi nombre es Israel Muñoz. Soy una de las personas que ha estado forzosamente en las calles de San Francisco. Y como todos sabemos, vivir en las calles es muy difícil. Como trabajar. Desde que llegamos aquí a los Estados Unidos, el sueño americano. Y llegar aquí a Estados Unidos es difícil, primeramente. Segundo, es conseguir y mantener el trabajo, que te pagan poco, que tienes que lavar trastes, tienes que trabajar más y saber la lengua del inglés que se le llama.
You've been watching the same dish for the last 10 minutes. Come on, bro. No vas a tener para la renta, güey. You're not going to have enough money for the rent.
Güey, pues se la acabo de mandar a la familia. Ya sabes que allá pues, la familia necesita un poco de dinero.
You always say you send it back home. Yeah, you're right. You probably just party on. I seen you, man. Come on, get to work, brother.
Güey, pero tú sabes que también tenemos que, para la siguiente tengo la renta segura, ya sabes. Que siempre es lo mismo.
You always say, I'm not going to let you borrow, bro. No te voy a prestar dinero para la renta, güey.
En este país hay que trabajar demasiado duro para sobrevivir. Y aparte de eso, tenemos que sufrir por la discriminación, lo que te hace trabajar extra, lo que te, aparte de eso te humillan. Y después de eso tienes que soportar todo eso para mandar un poco de dinero a tu país, que se llama el sueño americano, que supuestamente aquí ganas más dinero, pero no es verdad, aquí sufres más que en tu propio país.
Is this 311? Is this 311? I'm calling because I'm just really worried about this guy outside. I'm not calling him for the police. I'm just really worried about he needs some medical attention. I don't know what else to do. I'm not worried for myself.
Entonces, eso es una de las cosas que es bien difícil de sobrevivir mentalmente y físicamente. Porque cuando llegas a tener familia aquí, como yo, sufres por las leyes que se llama CPS, Child Support Services, algo así. Y eso es lo que nos hace sufrir más, porque cuando no tenemos el dinero suficiente para para pagar la renta o para mantener al niño. Es cuando llega el gobierno que nosotros venimos a trabajar para ellos y que mucha gente dice que nosotros venimos a robar el trabajo, pero hay una cosa muy importante sobre esto. Toda la persona ilegal aquí en Estados Unidos, como yo, que llegué ilegal y que tengo familia aquí en Estados Unidos, que tengo mi hijo, después de 20 años que yo trabajé con papeles ilegales dentro de los Estados Unidos en restaurantes y hasta hoy día no he reclamado mis taxes. ¿Dónde se va todo ese dinero? ¿Dónde está? Yo nunca he hecho taxes. ¿Dónde se va todo ese dinero?
All right, so we're going to start moving it out, but while we go, one of the chants I want us all to say as we go is, our neighbors' lives are under attack, so we'll be back.
Lives are under attack, so we'll be back. Our neighbors' lives are under attack, so we'll be back. Our neighbors' lives are under attack, so we'll be back.
Entonces yo quisiera saber, en todos esos 20 años, ¿dónde está todo ese dinero que yo, dentro de los taxes federales y estatales, dónde está? ¿A dónde se va? ¿O a qué bolsa se va? Entonces ahí no dice el gobierno, hey, pobre ilegal. Él nomás viene, el gobierno más quiere dinero y trabajo de nosotros. Como yo soy el único que está diciendo eso, hay miles de inmigrantes que no han hecho taxes. Y ese dinero se está trabajando aquí en Estados Unidos.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. Just an overview of the program. We're going to have Poor Magazine doing a street theater piece called Crushing Wheelchairs, starting soon.
You got headphones on.
Anyway.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's
Some
up?
white guy out here. He threw away all your shit on your front porch.
My shit? What
All
white
your
guy?
stuff? I don't know. He said he owned the place.
Did he give you a card or something?
No.
Did he tell you his name?
No.
What the fuck? Hold on.
Yeah, some guy showed up and threw all your stuff out. It's in a truck next door. I think
You mean to
he
tell me
came
this
out.
is my stuff? Oh.
Wow. I'm sorry. I don't know who he was, but he acted like he owned the place.
Get in my house?
Maybe-
You know, I've been paying rent for 10 years. And not only that, I'm a vet.
I don't know.
No,
Maybe you
no.
can call the cops, though.
Call the cops.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. What the fuck is going on here? Hello? Yes, my name is Reggie Smith, and I preside at 777 Fitzgerald Avenue, Unit 3. I can't get into my house. Reggie Smith. I've been there for 10 years, paying my rent for 10 years. Why doesn't my key fit into my door, is what I'm asking you. No, I'm not on the lease, but I paid my rent for 10 years. Does that mean anything? So, is this legal, what you people have just done? You just locked me out of my house? I have nowhere to go. A shelter. just getting off work, man. Why? Do I need a lawyer? If I paid my rent for 10 years, why can't you just... So what am I supposed to do? What? You got my shit all outside, and you locked me out. I served in your fucking army. I'm a vet. Does that count for anything? 10 years, does that count for anything? My shit is literally out here on the sidewalk. Does that count? Hold on.
Got a call on trespassing. You need to vacate the premises, and you need to vacate the premises now.
I've been paid.
We got a phone call on trespassing.
I'm
Do
not
you live here, ma'am? Do you live here?
Yes,
Can I see
do.
your lease?
It's inside the house.
You have a key.
They changed the locks. I've been paying.
Do you have any type of receipts or proof that you live here?
In the house. I don't know who called you, but this is
Call
not.
from the landlord that you are trespassing.
Wait a minute! That's my stuff! My stuff! That's my stuff! You're not gonna take
You are not going to vacate the premises. We will need to arrest you.
I have. That's
You are
my
trespassing
stuff!
on the property of 1500 nowhere.
What? Better get away from me. Get away from me. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I got a gun in the head. She looks frightened.
We did it.
You can get your stuff back now. You can get your stuff back.
So Crushing Wheelchairs is a play that's lifting up their stories, that's based on our collective stories as fellow poor and houseless people, and that is us coming back to honor and change the narrative about the lives of poor people in a city like San Francisco, Oakland, LA, Berkeley, Austin, so-called Bellingham, Chief Seattle, you name it, who are dealing with the absolute violence of sweeping human beings like we're trash. This play could happen anywhere in occupied Turtle Island. The dream is to turn it into a movie, and we hope you come out and check it out. And more importantly, we hope you start listening to poor people about our own solutions to poverty, because guess what? We have them.
Poverty is not the enemy. By any means, but I am going to hand this over to Poor Magazine, tiny.
So, if we could clear space a little bit.
House keys, not handcuffs! House keys, not handcuffs! House keys, not handcuffs! House keys, not handcuffs! Today we speak about our grief because the city is a thief. Today we speak about our grief because the city is a thief.
Hey, Reggie! Hey, Reggie! They're coming, man! They're coming! Hey, Reggie! Hey, guys! Guys, they're coming! They just said they're coming, man. They always say they're coming. They're coming. I know. They're kind of like, they're running their lane, but they say they're coming. And you know, they're coming with the pigs, dude. They're coming with the pigs. Remember what happened last time? Look. Hey, don't push her. They're coming, I know. We gotta go, yo! Yo, we gotta go! Yo, we gotta go! We gotta go! They're coming! They're coming! I know they're running late. Yeah. They're coming! That's exactly what they do.
You got 5 minutes to get everything out here. 5 minutes.
Hey, that's my stuff. Hey, where's my stuff? Hey, why? Hold up.
5 minutes.
My stuff away.
It imitates life.
Hey.
Evicted, kicked, and swept. Evicted, kicked, and swept. The settler towns like this.
Thank you, everybody. This is a small excerpt
excerpt of Crushing Wheelchairs. We know that these settler towns like Frisco, Oakland, LA, Boston, Austin, New York, and everywhere on occupied Turtle Island continue to sweep humans like we are trash. We heard our sisters and brothers inside talk about losing our stuff. When me and Ma were on the street for most of my childhood, I lost every paper picture I had. I lost every picture of my mama. For my brothers and sisters at Poor Magazine, we say no more of these settler lies, because nobody owns Mama Earth. Can I get a witness? So how is it that these armed agents of the state can even be here, creating these settler lies that say our bodies are criminalized? How is it that they can turn human beings into trash? Let's not get it twisted, family. When we say the word sweeps, we're equating human beings with trash.
That's what they do.
Right? So I just want to shout out to the beautiful warriors at Coalition on Homelessness, to our beautiful warriors who held it down today, to my familia and Prensa Pobre. We're going to do a little bit of poetry. We call our slam bios to introduce you to who we are. Sister June.
Educated ghetto girl, gangster homemaker, radical teacher, houseless child, S to the U to the P to the E to the R, baby, mama, welfare queen, Junebug.
This is for every people what they're looking at us up and down, and they don't know why we come to this town. We come to support indigenous black and brown to take back their hometown, San Francisco.
Steam came out of the sidewalk like it's coming up, not just there, but every 20 feet. And yesterday I looked back and I was 20.
He's still young, Uncle. He's still young, Uncle.
And I want to put my whole support behind you guys pushing forward for finding a shelter. Because this past month has been something that I come from a tradition of being in tents and teepees. And so when they took my house, they don't know. They gave me the benefit of knowing who I was even more. And they should watch it.
So we the Post Project of Poor Magazine. I just want to say a little bit that what you just saw was an excerpt of Crushing Wheelchairs. For any of you law warriors who are interested in theater or art, we also have to heal our broken bodies from this settler colonial lie called poverty and homelessness. We all had everything we needed before these settler towns were built, and where they incorporate the Mama Earth over and over again with the settler lie of private property. So we're building a homeless people's solution to homelessness. We call it Homefulness. And it's happening in Deep East Eugene, occupied Oakland. Come by and check us out. Yeah, Frisco, even though you pushed us out, we ain't going any motherfucking where. How about that? So we need a Homefulness in Frisco, we need a Homefulness in LA, and we need a Homefulness in the world, because no more of this violence called homelessness.
Portable Magazine and that whole crew, it opened my eyes, they opened my eyes to so many different possibilities of things I never even thought about that just blew my mind. And just the folks that are part of that are just amazing, and they give so much back, and they are so real, and they're so raw, and they're so like uncut that it fills your soul and your heart with like belief, and just gives you that little bit of, hey, makes you think outside the box, and that's exactly what they do. We need them. We need what what they do and everything that surrounds them. Because it's nothing but positivity, it's nothing but realness, and it's what happens. It's reality in our world, and we need that. I mean, they can't go away, they can't be stifled or snuffed, they can't be nothing. They need to be here and open other people's eyes that might need it. And they're important to who we are and how we live, because without them, it'd be crickets.
Poor Magazine is a huge inspiration to all of us because they're building homefulness, they're living interdependence, and they know that poor people have the solutions to homelessness, and that is housing, and that is relying on each other, and it's the cops and the city and the state that prevent folks without housing from building their own solutions. And Poor Mag has experienced all the red tape with the homefulness projects that they're doing. Art and theater and music in general are key to keeping people going, to resist state violence, and to bring people together to talk about the worlds we want to build is huge. And Poor Mag shows us the way on that too. They're poor people's radio, their street theater pieces, the way they teach in Decolonize Academy, newspapers, they're bringing it all, and their voice is crucial, and they know how to get loud, which is what we need. Yeah, I hope they get all the support that they need and keep on keeping on doing their work and bringing their art.